Beyond.
Beyond. Somewhere.
Beyond
Welcome to
the
episode
sea.
76, Podcast Beyond.
No, we're 75.
No, it's
We're
76.
down 75.
76.
75 was last week.
That's true.
You're in the past, brother.
Hey.
We're moving on with the show.
Let's do this.
You're in the past, brother.
We're climbing
Damn.
slower and slowly.
We have
Closer and
ascended
closer to 100.
the sacred
Let's do
mountain.
Man. Oh, man. What is going on this week?
I do not know anymore.
I don't know either. I'm Chris Roper. Greg Miller, what's going on?
Nothing.
Jeff Haynes, what is up?
Not a thing.
Ryan Clements, what it do?
Praise everyone.
What the hell?
I don't know. Sam, what's happening?
Yo.
Man. Ryan is out of control this week.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Ryan, did you eat your Raisin Bran?
No, actually,
Yeah,
I
that
don't.
would explain
Just
it.
had a bagel.
Oh, I see. I don't have my hot chocolate here.
Oh.
The coffee
machine?
machine's broken right now. Some dude's trying to fix it. He's got the manual out, looking through there.
Which is never a good sign.
It's
No,
not a
no,
good
no,
sign
not at all.
whatsoever.
He was
So,
flipping switches, resetting stuff.
I don't know. It feels wrong to not have hot chocolate. I mean, it's less dangerous. I'm not going to spill on the
Is
computer
this
this week,
an
but you know,
Yeah. The magic's gone.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was part of the element of danger.
Yeah, I mean nobody else can see it except for people in this room. But that's like my look
Your hope.
during Beyond is I got
Beyond?
I got the hot chocolate, but it's not happening here. Let's get right into the news.
Time for some news.
Let's see.
So usually you see you threw me there. You
What?
threw me even on that one.
Why?
You usually
Because
say it's
I
time
didn't
for
say
the
it's Roper
Roper
Report.
Roper, yeah.
See,
Said
I'm off
news,
because
and I was like,
I don't have the hot chocolate. Something's
Yeah,
off.
the-
See,
magic
I
there
feel
right
off
now
too.
is just-
I was definitely off last week, but then today I felt good
Last
when I
week
came
you were
in.
fine.
But then I got beat down by a video game I'm playing for review, just a portion of it. And now
It has broken you.
I'm listless, and I was excited to go get a burrito, but then we had to come
I
here
know.
and do
Oh,
this.
man.
Yeah.
No
That,
burritos.
that better be there. I don't know when they leave, but
I know.
Well,
so good.
well, we'll just hope that it's there. All right, so how about this? Let's do the Roper Report. All right, there you go.
Time for some news.
There's the proper introduction. So Ryan's gonna be happy with his first bit of news. Flowers coming out on February 12th.
Yeah!
Woo! Ryan's very.
You like that, buddy? Is that
God.
good? You like that?
What's happening?
If
I'm
you
not doing
like
that.
if you like pretty things and happen to also take pictures of pretty things and then happen to also copy those to your PlayStation 3 with the new firmware version 2.60 you can now view them differently with the new photo thing.
Yay!
There's now a photo viewer deal thing that's different than before.
Dealy bobber.
And now you can do all kinds of stuff with it. I don't find it to be the most I mean I only play with it for a couple minutes, but I don't find it to be the most straightforward interface.
It's
But-
a little weird, but it's serene.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was kind of the same way for me.
Yeah, I think if I dug
Little-
into it I would
little
get it,
low,
but you know, I mean
You know what I think is pretty and
Huh.
that is good to have pictures of? Boobs.
Oh, Sam.
What? I'm just saying.
No,
you
it's
go.
very true.
For all
I
our
mean,
female listeners, penises.
There. There you go. I don't know if that's something that. Anyway,
You don't think?
no, let's talk about it. That's fine. We can talk about it. We're all adults here.
Yeah.
I don't. I
Every girl
What
I've
did
ever
you-
known with a PS3 just has a file full of penis pictures.
see that seems to be to me more utilitarian than seems to be the rest of
It's
the
true.
package.
I don't think that the male form is especially
Okay,
eye-pleasing.
I
I
think-
think that girls have no problem looking at other
I think
girls.
like the 6-pack and
Or at
and
least
hard
you would
chest
hope.
and biceps. I think that's where it's at for the men. For what you're supposed to
I
present.
don't know what PS3 owning girls you're
really?
hanging out with.
I don't know. Anyway,
Would all yours have pictures of
I've seen custom
Wangs.
themes that would just. Girl, your nose here, buddy.
Oh,
you're
man.
not writing about those anymore. Let's see. Moving on. A bit of sad news for Outrun fans. The downloadable Outrun game coming forth is not coming to PS3. It looks like.
Oh, wow.
Which is
on
weird because
360.
it's coming to Europe on PS3.
Yeah, but here's you know what that means. That's probably terrible because remember, Destroy All Humans did not come out in the U.S. Came out in Europe. That game was an utter piece of crap.
Yeah, on the
So-
360.
On the 360,
Yeah,
it came out
not
here.
even touching the PS3 one.
Yeah, and you can't imagine the PS3 one would be any
Or was
better.
developed by somebody in Europe and they don't believe it would sell over here.
It's possible, but unlikely.
The trailer did not look. I wouldn't have gone so far as to say it was terrible. The trailer looked totally fine. It looked actually kind of fun.
It is kind of surprising to me. Maybe it's an exclusive thing that Microsoft signed, but it seems kind of a weird game for that. But anyway, good bit of news that Killzone 2 is gold.
Yay!
So yeah, that is coming out. And last bit of news that I mentioned for the week is that last week we reported that Sony was projected to lose $1.1 billion.
Googleplex.
If only that's what happened.
Yeah.
No, that is not even half of the now new estimated projection loss. I think it's still estimated. I don't know if it's 100% official
No,
yet,
it's
but
still estimated.
But now it is up to $2.9 billion. $2.9 billion dollars. This week I went online. I looked for a currency converter.
We actually did this earlier today.
Okay, well I got it to the worst case scenario that I could find was the Vietnamese dong, which it translates to 50.5 trillion dongs.
Yeah.
So, Greg, we're back to penises,
Yeah, that's
I
a
guess.
lot of meme I saw.
Full circle.
The background wallpaper.
Sam and I did it in
53,000.
the defunct lira, and
Yeah.
it was 4.36 trillion lira,
Yeah.
where that's still
So
around.
see, yeah,
50 trillion.
so there's more dongs than lira when you're talking about
Yes, there are.
cuts to Sony, and you can take that in a different way also.
I like where
Take that
this
to the
talk
bank.
is going.
Anyway,
Penis bank.
anyway, let's get on with a less
Sexy
penis-filled
podcast.
part of the show.
Yes.
Sexy podcast time.
Sexy time.
Oh man,
It's sexy time, yes.
Here's a recipe. Here's a
now I'm not going to even comment on that part, except for that.
Oh, no.
Now,
Oh, that's a great inside joke.
oh, it is pretty good.
Podcast that never was.
Now here's the thing: is Sony is losing all this money, but that doesn't mean that the PlayStation 3 and the PS2 and the PSP don't exist out there. They're still good systems. There's still things to play on it, but aside from going to my store already and looking at the shelf and asking the people that usually work there, in a lot of cases around the U.S. are idiots. Not at our local place, not the local Tan Fran.
Yeah.
Some of them,
There's a couple.
There's a couple, but
I'd like to reserve Rock Band too. Here's your Rock Revolution. What the
yeah, that was a good one. But I'm not saying the perfect. But we got some good people at that one.
Yeah,
but
we
anyway,
did.
but aside from me, getting in my car and going over there, spending some gas money to find out what games are on the shelf, I really have no idea how I can find out what games are coming out this week.
Luckily, I have the official IGN list of upcoming PlayStation software on all 3 platforms by the IGN editors.
Man, I am saved.
It's a good thing.
It's a good week, I think. PS2 has a R
Artanelico.
Artanelico 2. The
Melody of Metaphalica.
We're back to it again.
Penis references in this episode.
Do it again.
See? PSP has Star Ocean 2nd Evolution, and PS3 has Skate 2.
Ooh. It's a pretty good one. I mean, it's not a huge list, but I like
Not all.
Quality games.
Yeah,
Quality over quantity.
I like Skate 2 a fair bit.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
I have not finished Artanelico 2 yet. However, I love that game.
It's very
It is
good.
a very, very, very good game. So, it gets a very high recommendation for me, hesitantly, as of right now, because you never know. It could go totally downhill at the end. But it is
Yeah,
That's what I
Yeah.
haven't told you.
There's a bunch of
Is that-
platforming sections.
The very end, it just. No, I'm kidding. It's awesome.
Very good.
Really is
What do we know about coming on the PSN this week? Anything?
Apparently there's going to be a Buzz Pack.
Oh, yeah. American culture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get your presidential quiz on.
exactly. There's going to be a Wipeout HD demo and a Fear 2 demo, and apart from your typical Rock Band 2 Guitar Hero song packs, that's it.
Here's the thing.
Next week supposedly is going to be off the chain.
Here's the thing. The Wipeout HD demo is coming out today. And if you haven't played that game yet, don't
What's
even
wrong
worry
with
about the demo. Just go buy that
Buy
game.
it.
That game is
Totally
awesome.
agree.
The Fear 2 one's awesome, though. You can
Yes.
check out the game before
What
it comes out.
about
So
when's
that's
Savage Moon coming out?
I don't know.
We don't know.
Okay.
We've had the review build of that now for well over a month.
Sounds like
month and a
Killzone
half?
2.
No, that actually is not the review.
Another
build.
month to play it.
It's not.
Because they pushed it back because there were a lot of bugs in it.
And now
there we go.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Well,
But it's been out in Europe for weeks now. So.
well remember we were talking about the year before, though. Path to the Furon.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
all I got to say about Europe.
What's next week?
Also, White Van Racer.
Can't tell me.
Logneck was,
There's another good one.
Logneck was not allowed to tell me, but he said
All those
that it
awesome
is going to
Phoenix
be incredible.
games.
And
So fun.
Taxi Cab Challenge.
That's the one. Taxi Cab Challenge.
Taxi Cab
Yes.
Challenge.
London Taxi
I
Cab
may
Challenge,
have mentioned this before, but if you have never heard of or seen Taxi Cab Challenge in action, it was only released over in Europe. It's so terrible, it's not even on our site in any fashion, I don't think. Nick's probably entered an object for it. But there is a very good YouTube video of somebody playing in the loosest term
playing
possible.
in like air quotes there.
Yeah, of playing Taxi Cab Challenge by Phoenix Games. Look this thing up. You will be... And the footage that you see is from the boxed copy that somebody bought off the shelf. It is the... undescribable. Just go go find this video. It's amazing. Absolutely astonishing that this game was ever released.
I guess
Anyway.
I shouldn't tell the story. Never mind.
What is your story?
Because it would be...
Did it have a wizard?
No. If only. It references one of our competitors, not in a bad way, in a good way, but I didn't know if I didn't want to shoo away all our listeners to our
I
competitors.
think we know that we have competitors, and I think our listeners probably go there as well.
Well, that's true.
Soon.
It's possible.
Tell the story. I'm
That's fine.
intrigued now.
I'm
right.
s- no, I, let's
No?
screw it. We'll move on. Just go to YouTube and watch. Because again, I like Google. So go to YouTube Google's my friend.
I think we just confirmed that Chris Roper is the man, and he likes to keep us down.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Ryan all of a sudden has been infused with the spirit of a Black Panther. What is going on with you, man? Going up to the mountaintop? The man keeping you down? What is happening? Did Obama come and visit you in the middle of the night?
The preacher speak made perfect sense because I was just playing off of Roper's at the beginning when he was talking to me. He was like,
What time is
You're in the
Jews?
past, brother.
I don't know. You're just going to censor whatever I say.
No, I'm not going to censor. I'm not censoring anything. Hey, we did plenty of... You wanted to talk about penises. We talked about penises for a long time.
It was time to get away. Oh, my God.
I got to go. I mean,
Wow.
Wipeout HD, buy that game, but that can't really qualify as pick of the week.
Art Tanaka is my
Ryan
pick of the
says
week.
Art Tanaka. I say I say Skate 2.
I said Skate 2.
I think you can go good both ways.
People who haven't played Art Tanaka.
You haven't played Skate 2?
That's correct.
There you go.
There it is.
I was making fun of myself
If you agree
also.
with Ryan's normal BS choices, go with Ryan.
Here it is. If you agree with Ryan, say yes right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Ryan,
I do. I
All
do.
right.
I will put that up.
There you go.
Oh,
All
Sam,
right.
it's been nice working with you.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we have
Bye, guys. See you later.
Jess not saying anything, but that means we have a tie. Pick of the week. That's fine.
No,
Go get,
I'd
they're
say
both good
Skate
games.
2.
All right, there we go. Skate
Look
2.
at it this way. This is the last PS2
I'm really
you can
glad
probably
they
ever
didn't
buy.
just give you a
That's
paper
true.
cut, by the way. As
Good
soon as
time,
I did that, I was worried it would give you a paper cut on the way
Even
out.
though I do
Let's,
like the Art
I know
Tanaka.
it felt really bad.
Let's get on with trophy
Skate's
tips. Just the tip. More penis references.
Yeah.
I don't even know how.
Where is it?
That's not a penis reference whatsoever.
Yeah.
I accidentally said that, but really I didn't mean it whatsoever. Because we're just talking about earning trophies. Really,
Yeah.
it has nothing to do with
Zero
eating.
to do with.
There are a lot of potential subheads for this podcast article
All
today.
of them cannot be posted on the site, but that's perfectly fine.
It's called Penis Cast.
Ryan, can you for the remainder of this podcast change your name to Richard?
Sure.
Okay. What's up, Dick?
Listen, Dick.
Hey,
All right, so here's what we're doing. Trophy tips. I got a pretty good one. So I'm playing.
New name is
GTA.
Richard Johnson.
Yeah, Richard Johnson. So I'm playing GTI Club Plus.
I've heard of this game.
Yeah, it's pretty easy trophies in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's one just for finishing a race. There's one for
Customizing your car.
one for customizing your car. There's one for just doing finishing a race without using the brakes or handbrakes, which is a piece of cake on just the easy one. You can get most of the trophies on easy. There's a gold if you're good at racing games, and you don't have to be stellar. You just have to be competent at them basically. If you could figure this out on your own, but also people online have helped you with a short path to do the lap time. If you get a less than 37-second lap time, you get a gold for that. That didn't take me more than about 5-10 minutes to figure out. So that was a pretty easy gold. And there's all kinds of stuff in the game. You get one for playing online, playing the bomb mode. Somebody tags you, you tag somebody else within 5 seconds. That's easy to do. You get a trophy for that.
That seems like kind of a cool mode.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
So,
not
I mean,
much
the game's all right, but yeah.
Isn't there also a dog on a skateboard in that
There
game?
also is you can
dog.
if you get it for either. I don't remember which one I did this for. Either winning a race on hard or doing the 37-second lap time, which both kind of come hand in hand. And in one of the two cases, you unlock a toy dog as a skin for a car. So you go pick your car and then you change the skin. And it's a German Shepherd, it looks like, on a plank of wood with 4 wheels.
Fantastic.
And if you hit the horn button, he barks. It's the greatest thing of all time.
and he pants the entire time.
And
So all
he's
you
going, it's so amazing. Yes, that game is worth it for that part alone.
Is it worth it if that didn't have that part in it?
It would be okay. It's all right.
Didn't you say it only had one course?
It has one, but it's sort of I mean, and that's the part I like at least about the game. It's basically one small city, and so as you do. On easy, there's kind of only one major route, a couple of shortcuts. Then on medium, there's more shortcuts, and then on hard, basically the whole city's open, and you can just drive wherever to, But
bear in mind, it's a remake of an arcade game. So
yeah, I mean, it's a very arcadey racer. I don't know. It's fun. I wish there was more content to it. But anyway,
Would you recommend
trophies
it though, in general?
Meh. I mean, I don't know.
How much is it? 10?
It's $10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right. I think if you like arcade racers a lot, then you'll think this one's all right. If you got $10 to blow, don't buy it instead of Wipeout. No way in hell.
Yes.
But anyway. Just the tip. Does anybody have any more tips to put in?
Magic Ball.
man.
Magic Ball is a good game.
Oh,
Magic Ball.
Yeah. And it has a trophy setup that I'd like to see all downloadable titles adopt. You can't obviously achieve platinum in the downloadable titles, so what Magic Ball does is gives you a gold in place of the platinum. So it's play through and get all the trophies, and then you'd get the gold trophy. Even if you don't want to go for all of them, though, I got 50%, and I probably played, I think I said in the review, like 3.5 hours, and it's a fun game.
Yeah.
Good times.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
Blow up castles. I like that.
Yeah.
Also, in keeping with the theme of today's podcast, our Tanelico 2 is completely soaked in suggestive talk.
Really soaked.
Soaked in it.
It's covered in
all sorts of suggestions.
I see how. Yeah.
I got a hot throbbing one. If you have Killzone 2, those trophies just went on the
we're all
server.
12.
You now can get your Killzone 2 trophies will be recognized.
There you go. So, which
my
means
God.
that anybody who wants to know what the Killzone 2 trophies are, because I don't believe we announced all of them. Is that correct?
No, we did not.
That means if you have somebody who has finished Killzone 2 on your friends list, you can go see what all the trophies are. And there you go. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
You can find out. We can't tell you what they are, but you can go find out what they are from us, basically. So there you go. Anyway, moving on with the show. Topic of the week.
Topic of the week.
Oh, man.
God.
What is happening?
So, I don't know. I'm telling you, it's because this whole
Something is
the
really
whole
off.
reason, the
There's
whole
some bad
because
mojo
the
going
the whole
on
in the
thing
there.
is
water.
because I don't have hot chocolate.
Right.
I'm telling you, if I had hot
Bad
chocolate,
Comes down to.
the show would be reined in and be not as crackheaded as it is right now. Crackheads, I love you. So
To our crackhead listeners, you're awesome. Don't worry.
I'm sure there's lots of them.
man,
That was a compliment.
I would love to hear from crackhead listeners. Please write us.
No. I don't know.
Holy
Don't
Dave
open those
Chappelle,
floodgates,
Batman. What are you
man.
doing?
All
All right, Cranky.
right, us at beyond.com. All right. So, topic of the week is what's going on here? Let me see.
No. It's not. It's a note between me and Ryan. It would make no sense right now.
All right.
I'll even tell you. I said, "Don't." This is what I said. I circled two things on this page, and I said, "Don't say, let me speak."
Okay.
I swear it is not in reference to how this show is going so far.
I wish it was, though.
I see. All right, topic of the week. So on the PSP channel today, on Thursday, the 22nd, we are going to run a little piece that Sam's putting together. We've all kind of chipped in on, but we'll see what's happening here. Is it's my belief, and I think a fair bit of people believe this, that before the end of the year, we'll hear the announcement of the PSP 2.
Yep.
I think certainly by the end of next year we would hear it. If there is ever going to be a PSP 2, it's certainly by the end of next year. I think we're going to hear about it this year. So. Let's see what everybody thinks is going to be in the thing. Mm-hmm. You know what it is. Starting this thing off, I think that with the PSP 1, Sony kind of said, how much can we possibly... They took kind of the PS3 approach and said, how much can we possibly throw at this thing? We'll put new technology in it. In case of the UMD, we'll put in crazy hardware for portable system at the time, and all this kind of stuff. And the system has been hard to program, or maybe not hard to program for, but
Not really. Yeah.
people aren't. There's not really that many great games for it, and it's too close to the PS2 experience and offering the same sorts of games. So you're like, I don't want to buy the same thing over again, and yada yada yada. The system's been, the system sells well, but nobody's bought games for it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I think that the next time around, Sony's going to go for more of the DS approach, which is to make a system that is cheaper, easier to make games for, and will be more mass market appeal, I guess you'd say.
So they're just going to iterate on the hardware rather than going nuts.
That's what I think so.
Yeah. I
think there's a good chance that we're going to see a touchscreen. I think that's where everybody's going. I mean, the success of the iPhone and DS, for sure. I think it's not going to be a stylus. It's going to be with your finger.
Yeah.
I think it's really the only way to go now. And I think it's going to be, I'm going to guess, launch price will be $179.
Ooh.
We'll see if that holds up. I'm going to say
way.
$179. And maybe $199. But I think less than $200.
You already said 179.
I think it's going to be $179. But
it's too late.
I
Can't
think
go back.
everybody from 20 seconds ago will remember.
yeah. No, here's my thing. I'll bet $5 that'll be $179, but I'll bet $20 it'll be less than $200. There's my bet.
Okay, hold on. I will definitely take you up on the 179 for $5. And you're saying
Is it
under
bet time?
200, so 199.
Yeah. I think max will be $199.99. Under $50.
I still think it'll do $249. Same price as the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm gonna go against you on that one too.
They got to go with the profits.
over under.
$259
Yep.
or $249.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm saying.
You have to shake on it if you want to make this official.
Come on.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
Boom!
Show.
There it is.
There it is.
They have shaken.
Was that our first official podcast bet?
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess so, yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Now all we have to have is an over-under on who's right.
Now here's the thing.
Get
Now
Vegas odds.
the bet can't be paid out because things changed in time. Bet won't be paid out until the system is launched, so that way in case
That's a good call.
price
That's a
is
very good
announced
call.
and then it
When
changes before.
we're waiting in line, we should
When you can,
change
exactly
the
when
price.
you can go to the store
When
and just pick it up.
I
Right.
pick it up and I have it in my hands, I will then hand you the money.
What if it's on
So I will
sale?
count that as part of my purchase price. Although, actually, I'm not going to have to hand you any money. You're going to have to hand me money.
No,
so what I'm going to do
you
is when I
already know.
pick it
You
up,
can see in the
I will
future.
also accept the money
You
from
just
you.
channeled Zombie Blogman.
But I will
Didn't
also
you
accept the
already
money from you.
come back from the future?
Yeah, that's how I know.
That's really what it is. That
It's going to retail
$25
for $1,000.
The $25 I'm going to win from you is going to count towards my $179 purchase, making my purchase only $155.
Yep.
So I'm getting it for pretty cheap.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
Soleus is going
on?
crazy.
Hey,
Oh,
what is,
God. What
He's
are you
erect.
doing?
He's erect.
what is that?
His arm is erect.
Happy.
His arm is stiff and strong and tall. What do you want me to
Oh.
do? Everyone
I
knows
hope you're
Solis.
happy.
I see nothing wrong with what Greg just said.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It's fine.
What were you thinking he was talking about?
Puppies.
I see.
Yeah.
Or
Wait,
in
right?
Ryan's case, kittens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I am what is it? Amused or impressed? I forgot. what
Impressive.
Jason
I believe
said.
I was impressed.
Either amused.
Something's
or
going
impressed.
on here. I don't know what's
Who knows?
happening.
Dude, there's
Anyway,
Someone else chime in on this
table-
PSP thing.
I will chime in on it.
Let's hear
do
it.
it.
PSP. That name kind of sounds penisy.
Huh.
oh God.
Now you're just stretching.
Yeah, you are
No,
stretching.
just saying about
Yeah.
P.
You, stop
Yes.
tugging on it
No.
and
All right.
let it just kind of
Let it be. Just let it be.
just let it hang there. And, Ryan, give us a better one.
I would like to see. I would hope that the PSP2 has some sort of better network integration, like it's always online, or it has some sort of like constantly connected vibe going on. Because I think that would be really cool. I don't know if that's going to happen because Sony's kind of uptight and you always have to sign on and do that sort of thing. But if it had the sort of always connected feel like an iPhone does, that would
You know
be
what
pretty
I
neat.
think would be awesome? This will never happen, but it would be fantastic, is either via a little tiny dongle add-on type thing.
Dongle?
Yeah,
That's what
dongle.
they're
Or
Nope.
built into the
Stop
system. Not mandatory in whatever fashion, because that would be suicide. But say Sony strikes a deal with AT&T, where if you happen to have AT&T, you can now use 3G in the PSP2. That means extra cost that won't be going to other people, so it would be better as an add-on type thing.
They
But
did do that promotion with T-Mobile. They had like if you bought a PSP within a certain amount of time, I think it was either that or it was if you bought a PSP, you got this was during the 2000 launch, I think, PSP 2000. You got a 30-day trial to use any T-Mobile hotspot that you wanted, or maybe it was actually a couple months. So I actually used it at the airport
Right.
before E3 one time.
Right, but we're talking about Wi-Fi using the hotspot, though, as opposed to they put in 3G and it only works on AT&T. So if you have Verizon
Okay, I
or whatever,
see
then you
what you're
can't.
saying.
Yeah.
But always on Wi-Fi would be horrible, especially if you happen to be using it on a plane.
Well, no, you
can
can
turn it off.
Sure, you
Yeah.
could
Put
turn
it
it off,
yeah.
but yeah.
No, but I think
Airplane
the always connected thing would be very cool.
Yeah.
Especially if it was kind of like a low connection thing where it sort of only pings the server once a minute or two to get your friends updates and all that kind of stuff. That would be kind of cool. That's a little we'll see. We'll see if that part pans out.
It
but
should also have like a cup holder that folds out. And you can
Oh,
carry
God.
it. So as you were gaming, as you were like, hey, your coffee was right there, like being held by your thing, and you could just like, yeah,
that's pretty good.
right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I think we're
That's
pretty much
horrible.
all in agreement in the room. Anybody tells me if not that
would be a terrible idea.
UMD is not going to make it to PSP2,
Yeah, I don't-
No.
or at least it won't be the primary thing, and it might just be there to play PSP1 games, which would be kind of cool.
I
But
hope they don't
No,
get rid of
no.
it completely.
That drive is dead.
Come on, it's the universal disc. It
It
can
is-
go in any.
So
That thing is useless.
So Universal
it
was
was
an
useless when it
all-in-one
was
product.
initially
Yeah, no,
like,
it's a dumb idea. One of many.
and not only that, but it would also contribute to premature discharge by the battery,
Yes.
yeah.
and it would just
Oh,
drain
God, dang.
way too quickly, as opposed to having longer life. So
That's Ryan laughing, by the way. The same one who's snorting. I know we would get emails bad if we didn't say so.
Well, it's true. I mean, it would just drain the battery way too quickly.
Yeah.
And it took a lot longer for them to actually realize how to cycle the battery and the disc
Yeah.
spinning.
Yeah, I mean the goal
that you
the
wouldn't
goal is to
drain
keep
your
it
batteries.
going for as long as possible.
Exactly. You can't.
So
well, longevity is key.
Longevity
yeah,
is
longevity
very
really is key. And I mean, I know that it's hard to do that, but that's Sony's goal.
It's a stiff challenge. I got to tell you. Oh, this is horrible.
But anyway, like the UMD is probably dead. I mean, whenever PSP2 comes, UMD will most likely be dead.
I like the idea
It'll
of having
be
a hard drive.
what?
I like the idea of having the
Well, it
everything
should
built
be
in,
either
download,
hard drive or
to
it should be like
burn a disc or whatever.
yeah, hard drive or an easy flash memory or something.
Well, yeah,
like
memory sticks they go pretty
or
high
memory
capacity.
stick, like something that has a huge amount of capacity so that you can have downloadable content easily put on. Considering that that's the way that they've been going with the store anyway.
Yeah.
So it has to have some kind of flash memory, hard drive, or major memory.
See, having a built-in hard drive, a flash-based hard drive, that would be nice. But your content's stuck on the system, and say it's 16 gigs or something. Yeah. That's a whole lot of content. But you have a memory stick, you can put it in and out over and over again, and change out your content on there.
It's true.
So that that's useful.
Pop it in and pop it out.
Yeah. I mean, so anyway,
as long as it doesn't get stuck, then you're going to be fine. But
yeah,
it's cool. You just pull it out, and then you don't have to worry about data loss.
That's true.
That one didn't work.
No.
Sorry, that was limp and just totally not. Okay.
But he recovers just fine.
Oh, what happened? You got some liquid on the table there.
I did.
Yeah,
Sorry.
A little bit of. You can mop that up.
Clean that up.
A little too excited.
Yeah.
Slam the
Get a
cup down.
cover on that, man.
Anybody else have anything to add to this topic of the week?
I think, okay, so here's what I'm hoping for with this thing. I really want to get back on track, and we're going to just end up, it's going to be an hour.
This is never going to get
Nope.
This is
going to be the lost podcast.
Next week's episode will all be fart jokes.
This may be a limited edition podcast. Download it now.
This is true. Anyway.
I would love to see trophies. A trophy system on the
Oh,
PS8.
yeah.
Yes.
I want to see that happen before the second one kicks off.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. But that's a good selling point for them if they do that. The other thing is, I would like for it to be able to transmit via Bluetooth. So
Cool.
you can use headsets, all that
Yeah.
stuff, but it'll also be able to send stuff as a data connection, which a lot of phones do now anyway.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
send music to your whatever, what moves it.
Yeah.
There's a portable media player.
You know what I would really like, and this is sort of I don't know, it's kind of a cross between, I guess, the iPhone and that is. So my problem with using the PSP as a media device is I don't like the way that files are organized on the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate navigating through the thing. It would be fine otherwise. It'd be cool. You can play video and stuff like that on it. If there would be some way for Sony to kind of open it up and allow people to create their own applications for the device. So you could say I could make my own media player for it, basically, which would use the hooks that already exist in the system, but I would be in control of how I wanted to present data, right? So you have all your songs in the thing, and I could say, cool, I will program this thing the way I want it to where folders are set up correctly, whatever, and I share it with you, and then that you would have like a really cool variety of the kind of things that you can get for it, and the media player capabilities would just be expanded like a millionfold on it.
So you're saying something that's outside of the homebrew apps that are available now?
Yeah, it's like you can.
Well, it'd be official.
Yeah, it would be official. Sony,
Supported through them.
Sony could have the whole App Store type thing. You could say, hey, I want to spend $3 on this thing, and Sony would get their 30% cut or whatever. Even if it was just all totally free, it would create this platform that everybody could run stuff on. You don't have to hack your system to get it to work. It would work with all your content. I think that would be awesome. But
I don't like this topic of the week because we talk about all this cool stuff that's never going to happen.
that is the problem.
Come out with 2 analog sticks and be like, go buy more UMD. Why are we losing so much money?
But at least 2 analog sticks would be a little bit closer towards like the PS2 experience, which if a lot of people are complaining that it's more like a PS2, it'd be at least somewhat similar. So then people might actually program more for it because it's like, okay, well, we actually know what we're doing with that system.
They could
That
put all
is,
the Wii games.
port
the problem with the
and there you go.
with the PSP is it's like the PS2, but the controller isn't like it.
Yeah,
so
the control
you,
scheme's
so
completely
you,
different.
Yeah.
So if you had to, maybe you'd actually have a larger glut of games like actually brought out for the PSP2 because.
But see, that's
like,
the thing
hey,
is,
we know what we're doing.
I don't want to play the same games that I'm playing on my PS2 or PS3 or whatever. I would like to get different versions of games, and right now, because of the way the system's set up, people are just releasing, watered down versions that are, different, city for racing games, whatever. But it's the same sort of thing. But if you had a totally different kind of system, and people are like, ooh, I have a touchscreen, I can use that in a different way now. I can do other cool things, and that's what I want to see. I want to see something that offers a different experience than the consoles do.
I agree, but I think that there's something that Sony could really capitalize on that they haven't done with this entire generation, which is that for a while they used to be known as having very, very strong libraries in specific genres. I mean, like RPGs, they were really strong in that. And like to have something where the PS3 has very few, if any, like true hardcore like Western or Japanese RPGs that are actually building up a library on that system, port that over to the PSP too. Like, have this whole thing where it's like, okay, we're going to have new experiences. We're going to roll out, like, our version of these strategy games, these RPGs, these kinds of titles that people actually know the systems for or know, like, Sony for, and roll it out. you just have a completely new fan base that is just starving for these kind of products on this system, and they can take it anywhere. And that's one of those things where it just promotes exactly what they want to do, which is mobile gaming of specific things that they can then tie over or then bring out and go, this was really successful, but let's bring it over to the PS3 and make it a completely new generation, next generation thing, or current generation thing, on better hardware.
Yeah.
Won't happen.
Man. You know what else they should have?
Big
Complete
pessimist.
voice control.
Ooh.
Just control the PSP with your voice.
But see, then it'll go out of control and stop listening to you and then take over the world.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
This is
exactly
the
what does
problem.
happen. I've seen it.
Also, PSP transcending time and space.
There we go. With that note, let's get on to reader mail.
Ready milk?
Wait a minute.
Milk hall? Chicken milk? Milkman? Alpha milk? Malarkey?
Sounds like you're falling down a pit.
I am.
Male
The pit
enhancement.
of beyond.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Eesh.
That is one hell of a pit.
Yawned.
American Ninja 1 writes in and
You're
says,
the only one that heard that.
I heard it.
yeah. What are E3 predictions for Sony this year? Do you think there will be some big announcements regarding God of War 3, Twisted Metal PS3, PSP 2, PS3 price drop, backwards compatibility being added back to PS3s, etc., etc.? PSP 2, I think, will be an E3 announcement. You know, that's totally up in the air. God of War 3, we're going to see it before then. I mean, obviously they'll have a big presence at the show, but that won't happen. Twisted Metal could be announced. I think that's a likely title to be announced at E3. That'd be a good one. Backwards compatibility being added back to the system.
No.
Seriously
Unlikely.
doubt it.
I don't think anybody cares at this point. They've lost. They're like, screw it, good riddance, whatever. or bad riddance, but anyway.
I don't think that
riddance.
people have given up on that. I think people are just pissed off that it's gone.
Yeah.
I just don't think that Sony's going to add it back in and go, my bad, sorry.
Yeah,
we
let me
made this
rephrase.
mistake."
I think people have come to grips with it, and it's not a thing that Sony needs to focus on in order to save the PS3. Basically, they need to do some other things. As far as the price drop, if you refer back to our first episode this year, I think that's going to happen before the end of March. I think it's going to happen during GDC. But I think if it doesn't happen during GDC, it's got to be by E3.
E3, yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's going to be GDC, and I think in either case, whenever you hear about it, if it's at one of those two shows, Jack Trenton's or whoever is going to stand up on stage and say tomorrow or today or whatever it's available at $2.99 or whatever it goes
Total
to.
Apple style, like, go to the stores.
So there you go. Let's see. Bear in Mind says, do you have any idea if Insomniac is currently working on another project besides the next Ratchet and Clank? Perhaps something in downloadable form, a la Quest for Booty. Perhaps something Resistance 2 related. Also, kittens aren't really that impressive.
Oh!
I guess he wants to see them all the time. Maybe he works at a pet shop.
It's possible.
Yeah, that's possible. There's a bunch of snaps going on.
Oh.
So Insomniac, so far as we know, has at least 2 and I believe 3 teams going now. So clearly there's something else going on besides the next Ratchet and Clank, and Resistance 3's got to be what it is. In addition to maybe probably a third title. So
Maybe some
because they got the
downloadable
East Coast
content.
thing going on now.
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Raise
So,
up.
there you go. Let's see. Jupy160 says, with Street Fighter 4 on the way and Killzone 2 shortly following after, what games are you guys hyped about the most?
Out of those two, or is he talking?
I guess for the rest of the year.
I'm assuming
Let's
after
pick
that.
one game.
That we can't
Oh,
wait for?
Oh,
No. One game after Killzone and Street Fighter. So for the rest of the year, if you can only play one game on PS3 for the remainder of the year, one game, what would it be?
Uncharted 2.
You say Uncharted? Greg?
Infamous.
Infamous?
Ooh.
Ryan?
What if my most wanted game is PSP game?
That's fine.
Dissidia.
There you go. Jeff?
You meant he mispronounced Patapon too.
Mispronounced.
I didn't hear you saying Patapon 2 is your number one.
I know. I want to play.
Snap.
son.
Jeff?
Right now I'm almost leaning towards the show.
Huh?
Oh.
Wow.
That's an interesting pick.
Sports games. They're a
Does look
dead
good.
genre.
Nobody
You're
buys
a dead
those.
genre.
Just like the
Ryan.
first-person shooter.
For me, if it comes out this year, is Gran Turismo 5. And if it's not coming out this year, then it's God of War 3.
Ooh.
Actually, I say the next Team Ico game's not announced. That would be number
Right.
one for me, but that's not even announced whatsoever, so that's probably not this year. But so for me, Gran Turismo, not happening, then God of War 3.
What would you do if those 3 games are just combined together into one game? It was
I would
Gran
explode.
Eco. it was Gran Eco, God of Eco-ness.
God of Turismo?
Yeah, God of Turismo, Eco.
Gotcha.
Pontiac!
Shadow of the God of Turismo?
Shadow of the God of Turismo.
I
It's
will
good.
slaughter your
That'd be pretty
Firebird!
amazing.
That would pretty much be the greatest experience of all time. So here's the thing: is there would be like this top 3 things, right? One would be like Moses parting the seas. That would be one of those experiences that of all time. Another one would be the birth of the universe. The Big Bang. And then the third one would be Shadow of the
God of Turismo.
God of Turismo. So it would be right there. Those 3 things.
Creation of life in general is number 2.
No, that was
Moses parting the seas.
that was no order. Okay, so here's the order.
There's no particular
creation of all life, because otherwise we couldn't have Shadow of God of Turismo.
Yeah.
Shadow of God of Turismo
Moses.
would be number 2. Number 3 would be Moses parting the seas.
Okay.
There you go.
That was in chronological order, also.
No, it wasn't.
I know.
Unless actually aliens created Shadow of God of Turismo and has been sitting in this thing buried in Mars we have to go discover.
It's actually
inside the face.
No, it's actually like inside Mount Rushmore.
There it is. But Mount Rushmore, well...
No.
Yep.
Huh. People
It
could
was,
have discovered that it was in
designed by-
there.
How about
but
the
then-
How
the
national
pyramids of Egypt?
treasure of you.
Those were being built around the time of Moses.
I didn't see that. I didn't
All
see
them
the
slaves
second
is-
movie.
There
I think
it
I
is.
saw the part of the first one.
Let's
Remember it
getting
being
on
bad.
with the mail. Demiurgic Soul, something like that,
Good one.
says, are you guys going to start reviewing PS1 games that are released on the PSN? It would be nice to know how some of these games have held up. So when the PSN first came out and they had some PS1 games in there, we reviewed them. And then we're looking at these things and going, you can't really review a game that's 15 years old, 10 years old, or whatever, and give a good score to graphics and all that kind of crap. So what we've done more recently now, not that Sony's releasing any PS1 games in the U.S., but what we're doing now is, Ryan, what do we call it? Retro
Roundup?
Retro Roundup. And basically we're highlighting the game, telling you what it's about, giving you a little quick rundown of whether it's if it's worth picking up or not. But that's about the most we're going to dig into it because we
That's
can't.
the best way to do it. You can't.
Yeah, you can't stack up something like Jet Moto with Wipeout.
Yeah.
So anyway, Pseudoprime 1979 says, "I love this question." Says you are in a mall full of zombies. You get one weapon, one partner, and one song to kick zombie ass to. What do you choose?
That's a really great question.
Greg, I know that you're big on planning for the zombie attack.
You know it, yeah.
So what is your choice here?
And I have
Weapon, partner,
one
and song.
weapon. Oh wow! Well, I'd go with a katana. And
I'm just picturing.
And by the way, let's just make this assumption that any weapon that you have has unlimited
Unlimited
ammunition.
ammo.
Okay.
well,
Come on.
if I have unlimited ammo, I'm going with the shotgun.
Okay.
Get right up close to him.
There you go.
Not forget. I'm assuming we're sticking in this room for partners.
No, anybody that ever existed. So you could have Abe Lincoln if you wanted. Would be a pretty good pick, I think.
Yeah, it's not a bad one. That's hard to get around.
Lincoln was known to smack a zombie around from time to time. Too,
Do I
which
get
is
to
pretty
pick their weapon as well?
No, they will just be with you with whatever weapon that would make sense to them. But that's not part of the conversation.
All right, then I want, in his prime, Muhammad Ali.
That's pretty good.
But I want his weapon he will choose will be
Yeah.
some kind of enhanced boxing gloves.
All right.
like rocket power.
Oh my god.
Well, I was thinking like they're constantly on fire, and or they
burn but never go
have
out.
giant spikes on them.
Oh yeah.
And the song.
Were those the two
The
things?
song.
Oh, the
And the
song.
song.
Forever's gonna start tonight.
There you go. Ryan, you're three,
Oh
right
my
quick.
god.
Yep, I'm very good. I already have this all picked out. My weapon would be twin pistols.
All right.
Because that's technically,
choice.
Yeah,
it's a
Okay.
weapon. I would have to be wearing a trench coat, of course.
Yeah.
That's assumed.
Anyway.
My partner would be any sort of relationship Jessica Alba, so before she got pregnant,
Yeah.
her shirt would have to be torn up a little bit in some way, and she would have a bow staff that has flaming ends.
Okay.
This is amazing.
Accessorizing these people.
And the song has to be Battle Without Honor or Humility from the Kill Bill
And wait,
soundtrack.
to clarify this, because I'm trying to think of my partner on this one, is we're picking only real people, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because
All right.
otherwise I'd pick Jack Bauer, but we'll come back to that. All right,
Oh
Sam.
man, that'd be perfect. Okay, my weapon is a lightsaber, just because.
Ooh,
it'd
that's
be good for
excellent.
slicing
That's
through
a
zombies.
very good one.
My partner would be Olga Kurylenko from the Hitman movie because she's super hot. I gotta go
Good
with that.
choice. She seems
And
like
then-
she could handle herself in combat too.
She's Ukrainian.
We're talking about the real woman, though.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it can't be a fake character.
Oh,
No,
well,
no,
then what?
No. I'm just saying
Well,
she
it
would
doesn't
look
matter.
like that character because that's what she was hot as.
Well-
And the music would be Pantera Cemetery Gates.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, because it kind of gets a little mellow.
You know
and
what?
Then it
I
gets
was
off.
thinking about this kind of thing. The only problem with a song like that is it starts mellow and then it gets heavy, but the song's going to be on repeat as you're killing all these zombies.
This is true.
So then it would go back mellow again, and you'd be going through this.
No, but then you get psyched up because then you'd be like, oh man, I'm really tired. I'm I'm killing zombies.
Okay, that's pretty good. I can hear that. Jeff, what do you got?
I have an amendment to mine. Real quick. Instead of the flaming bow staff, because that was a joke for Jess. I'm on a first name basis with her, by the way. She would have a chainsaw.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be her weapon, and then also
Bad choice.
my song would actually be the Pendulum song, Propane
Oh
Nightmares.
man, that song is good.
That song's
song's
amazing.
really
All right.
good.
Jeff?
There you go.
This is way too easy.
Well,
Weapon is an M60E4. Person is Bruce Lee. Song, Sympathy for the Devil.
All right, for me...
Too easy.
For me, I'm going to go
So
with...
Bruce Lee would just be a corpse next to you.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
For me, I'm going to go with
Bruce Lee!
I got to go with the classic minigun. I got to go for the Predator scene.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The person for me, even though I kind of hate him, is William Shatner. and the song and because apparently anything he ever does, he can totally kick ass at. So allegedly. And also, if I'm there and my partner's going to get eaten alive, I would want it to be William Shatner. And then my song is the Ikari Warriors theme song.
Oh, nice.
If you don't remember the Ikari Warriors theme song, go back
That
and
is
listen to this thing,
excellent.
and then imagine you're killing zombies to it. Greatest thing of all time.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I didn't pick my girlfriend as a partner, because I knew she would be in danger of zombie attack.
That's why I didn't pick my wife.
yeah,
There you go.
exactly. There you go.
aw.
Let's
Very nice
see.
of you.
Katie's a terrible shot.
Dude. Dude. Bruce Lee would kick so much zombie
What I was
ass, it
saying
wouldn't
is
be
that
funny.
he is currently dead. And so
It was
I picked-
anybody throughout
Yeah.
history,
I didn't know it was
alive
throughout
or
time.
dead.
That's the thing.
That's why we said Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln has been dead for a while.
We said Abe
Muhammad
Lincoln.
Ali,
At the beginning of this?
Muhammad
Oh, okay.
Ali in his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, Muhammad
okay,
Ali
yeah.
in his
Yeah,
prime.
you
roll
can
with
choose
him right
eras
now.
if
You
you
gotta
want
listen
to.
here.
Yeah. Let's moving on. It says Black Mantle says, is Sony going to announce the next greatest hits lineup for the PlayStation 3 anytime soon? If so, when is it going to happen and what games are they going to be? I think seems like a good time for it to happen now. Longest time I think would be GDC for it to be reasonable anyway. I think right now is a good time because we just got out of the holiday season.
Yeah.
So it's like any game that was kind of old enough to be a greatest hits now just had probably what would be its last hurrah.
Yep.
So right now would be a great time to do that. As for what it would be, I don't know. I don't remember the current ones offhand, so I don't want to delve into that. But
Layer.
no, I don't think so. Let's see. RJDJ_01 says. Actually, we already asked this one, but if you want to pick one game 2009, what would it be? We already asked that one. But I'll call him out because he asked the question. And then he says, also, Greg, add me to your friends list so we can play Buzz. His PSN ID, making him PSN Hit of the Week. Well, we're going to jump ahead here. Is RJDJ_01. He's
There you
PSN
go.
Hit of the Week.
Can we throw another one in there?
Brian?
Guess
Right.
we
Oh,
can't,
wait. Let's throw another one in there because somebody's been hounding me about it too.
All right.
Jake V is his name.
Jake V.
Yeah, or Jackiv.
Jackiv.
PSN hit confirmed.
There we go.
Ryan, we need another one because there's two bits. Do it again.
There's too many of them. I need William Shatner and some
There you go. Venny Boy says, given the huge amount of new content that has been released now and in the future for Burnout Paradise, is there any chance that Mr. Roper, could go write up a feature on all this? He understands we can't re-review it, but can we highlight it? It is my understanding that we have actually written in-depth hands-on with each of the pieces of content. I haven't gone back to look at the beginning. I know I did it for the bike pack. I know Hillary did it for the first one, Kudim Cagney or whatever the other thing was. And I believe that we did it for the second one. So we have all that stuff's up there. Also, it's free. So you can just go ahead and go get it. And it's available now, and you can go get it. And when the island thing comes out, Big Surf Island, I think it was called, when that comes out, we're definitely going to write about that, do videos and all that kind of crap. So there you go.
I want my DeLorean.
Yeah. Sean9986 says, do you guys think God of War will be 2009 or 2010 title? And how about Heavy Rain? Both of those games will be 2009,
Yes.
unless something goes horribly awry. But right now, Sony has told us they're both schscheduled for 2009.
So happy dance.
Wait, what
Yeah.
was the first one besides Heavy Rain?
God of War 3.
God of War, okay.
So God of War and Heavy Rain are both this year. And last bit of news that I have here is Wag My Cigar, which you could be talking about a penis, is Sony is upgrading the XMB more and more with non-gaming media uses. It's in phone. I mean, it's in TVs right now. It's going into phones, netbooks, computer running Vista has it. He says if Android, Google's mobile OS, is a so-called OS, which it isn't a OS.
Yeah, it's not.
Isn't it about time we call the XMB an OS? No.
No.
The cross media bar is an interface.
Interface,
It is
yes.
not an operating system. So there you go.
That is correct.
That's
The
all
operating
it is.
system for the PS3 is, well, Linux, right?
It's,
I think it's your
well,
mom, actually.
it's I don't know,
Unix?
something.
Yeah.
Of some sort?
Whatever it is. I don't know if there actually is
I like
an external
funny.
name for it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
PS3, OS, whatever it is. Anyway,
Anyway, I got one. Of course.
big ball update.
Big ball update.
Yeah.
Who says? Hey guys, Beyond?
Beyond.
Unfortunately, it was a tough week for us
Uh-oh.
as we lost a heartbreaker to Marywood University at the end of the game. He had 9.7 assists, 2 steals, and he hit a clutch 3 with 30 seconds left in the game to bring us within 1. But in the end, they held on to win. So now
See, he needed to get fouled while he hit that 3.
That's true.
But yeah.
But now they're 9-3, and they're getting ready to play the defending conference champs Immaculata University at home on Thursday night. Tonight.
Oh, this is true.
So, hope all is well with you guys. And tell Ryan Clements I was looking at the PlayStation 2009 preview on IGN, and I can't believe his banana phone gets service in your office because I can never find good service for mine. Thanks. Big ball.
Ring, banana
But-
phone.
Ryan, you got some pieces of information in front of you. What do you got there?
Unfortunately, we haven't heard from David Walters
Mini
yet.
picture.
Our Beyond Runner is missing in
We
action.
haven't heard from him in a
He's
while.
missing in action.
I have
Maybe he's
Beast's
training.
update.
He's
Are
on
we
the
doing
long
that
Let's
now?
hear it. Let's hear it.
This week's community challenge was an epic one, according to Beast.
Ryan, hold on.
It was
Do it in your. I want to hear this again because now we're getting regular updates from Beast. Do the
Yes.
old school,
Old-timey.
World War II announcer.
the old time
old-timey.
announcer.
Old time guy.
Hold on, I have to read.
He's got to channel him.
Yeah.
Give him a
No,
second.
I just have to know what I'm about to say here.
Okay. Me and Sam will fill time.
Yeah.
Hey,
Phil?
Sam.
Yeah, what's up, man?
You remember that thing?
Yeah, that
penis?
was awesome.
No!
No, it was not penis.
Stop doing this.
I,
All right,
Stop it.
It was boobs.
Ah.
you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Broadcasting
Let's hear
from our
it.
parents'
This
basement.
just in, PS3 Community Challenge was truly epic in a game of Buzz Quiz TV. After
Oh.
rounds of eliminating fellow community members, the final round was between Club TJ and Beast 786. With an epic battle, Club TJ prevailed, and he was declared the winner. There was a rumor, though, that he was using a device called the Internet to
Tape broke.
But, yeah. Beast, thank you. Congratulations to Club TJ, even though you may have been
Yeah,
cheating.
Club TJ, be a man. Play Buzz like a man.
Yeah.
Internet.
Without the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Sam
I
and
have
I
this.
know it,
yeah.
Greg, should we do?
Roman play in the
Did
dark.
you want to actually read this whole thing, or do
No,
you
no,
want
I
me to
just
lead
wanted,
up to it?
I just wanted
All
to
right.
leave those two things out so I can talk.
This was just a funny little email I got from a graduate student in materials engineering with a focus on fuel cells and alternative energy, including
Sweet.
solar cells and windmills.
I'm a fan of his.
Yeah, it seems like a very smart guy. He was talking about how he wants people to play his Little Big Planet levels and all that stuff, because naturally his background in the engineering and whatnot makes the mechanical aspects of Little Big Planet very appealing. So he's encouraging people to check out his levels and such. And so in order to do that, you have to know his PSN name.
You sure do, Ryan. So, we, of course, are always thankful for our readers to write in. John was nice enough to write in saying how his mechanical engineering fuel cell background has come into some really cool Little Big Planet levels. Of course, being a fan of the show, John, of course, knows he should have submitted this to Little Big Planet Level Lovers Anonymous, IGN's regular feature profiling Little Big Planet levels.
And where can you find that, Greg?
You can find that on IGN.com. Right? Is there somewhere else we're hiding that? I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. It is not on IGN.
channel. Oh,
PS3.ign.com. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Usually
well,
on Mondays. There was none because there's no Monday this week. So anyways, John, thanks for
wasn't.
being a supposed listener of the show, but missing a key fact. If you'd like to see John's levels, you can't. That's what you get.
Snap.
Send it. All your questions about Podcast Beyond should go to beyond@ign.com. If you have a Little Big Planet Levels Lovers Anonymous level, it should be LLA in the subject line. John,
Just for the
Wow.
record, he had an amazing PSN name, which was a classic. It was very counterintuitive to his, his background, which I was going to read, but apparently
you can't. It's not.
I want
Regularly
to.
will not allow it.
Here it is. I want to.
You can leave out some. No, don't even leave anything out because then they'll be able to find it.
No. So I'll give hints about it, and then other
Synonyms?
smart people that can
Synonyms?
decipher the riddle will be able to find his levels.
I think people should stay away from his levels and/or go there and give him 1 star, and then in the comments say,
man.
"Learn how to
All
listen
right,
to a
here it
podcast."
is. Here it is. I'm gonna give the clue to get to his name. But you have to figure out the other words that are in there. It won't be that hard. If something is astonishing, another word for that would be this.
Penis?
No. Then
My
then-
penis. Sorry.
And keep in mind that his PSN ID is all one string. There's no space or anything. So the
Penis
first part,
X-Men.
3 words. First part is another word for astonishing.
Okay.
or incredible.
Uh-huh.
The second part is something that birds and planes both do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last part is not pee. It is something else. There you go. And there's no
Yes?
H at the end of it. So you can figure that one out and find him.
Wow,
There it is.
You're dead to me, John.
We helped him.
that's insane.
Let's see. Greg, do we have a brand new special segment this week?
No, Ryan had one, I think, for Sam.
Yeah.
Sam, you are a liar! Sam was trying to tell me how to unlock a particular character in a particular game, which maybe I can talk about.
Yeah.
In Street Fighter 4. And, I forgot.
You're
what I
right
was
about
talking
me every
it.
day, whatever.
What are you doing?
No, because we're not allowed to talk about specifically how to unlock things.
I see.
Yes, but anyway, he told me how he assumed because he thought he did this already, but it turned out not to be
No,
true.
that's
And
true.
Ryan stayed up till 4 in the morning trying to replicate
I
this.
spent all weekend playing
Crying
this
to
game,
myself.
doing the unlocking thing, and
Yeah.
I've since lost track of it.
I'm just kidding. I don't really care because I ended up unlocking Cammy, who is quite a cool character.
Yeah.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go with special segment Liar this week. And,
It's okay. I still love you,
It's
Sam.
true. No.
all right.
I don't.
Does anybody have
Oh,
anything to talk about for possible online sessions with other readers?
I'm still
Waiting for Killzone.
willing for anybody to play me in Killzone.
I see. You're just sitting there all day.
Yep.
Waiting
That's
Ian
right
right
Sam
there.
play all the time.
You know,
Yeah.
there's a
Constantly.
Killzone session starting now.
Oh.
Well,
You should probably go to
It's
that.
like 2 o'clock.
We should
Yeah,
go.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I guess that brings us to the end of the show. What kind of song or music outlude do we have?
we have a good one, I think.
Solis is going crazy again.
Oh god.
This one actually requires a little bit of
Go down.
audience participation.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Roper,
excited
when I
already.
point at you,
Uh-huh.
you need to say male call. You
Okay.
can say it in any way you want.
All right.
Oh boy.
Jeff, when I point at you, I need a good beyond.
Okay.
And then everybody, I will need a beyond at the end.
Okay.
But it'll be obvious when we can start doing that.
Gotcha.
Of course, I'm sure we do a lot of goofy songs here. A lot of made-up ones, a lot of fake ones. One of the better ones probably ever written. This is Redneck Woman by Gretchen Wilson.
By who?
Gretchen Wilson?
Okay.
Country? You ever heard of her?
No.
No, she's huge. Don't worry.
All right.
She's a big deal over there.
Over there in the country.
I don't watch the CMT, so
Pantheon. All right, you're
CMAs,
missing
whatever.
out. All right. Taylor Swift is also good.
Oh, okay.
You should listen to her.
All right.
All right.
Right now, do you know that her 2 albums are 1 and 2? Amazing. Anyways. Well,
she
I
look
ain't never been the TRL type. No, I can't take that sweet Nate A. I'd rather listen to Clements all night on an iPod or on a PSP or on a 4-wheel drive tailgate. I've got posters on my wall of Blogneck, Jeff, and Rope. Some people look down on me, but I don't give a rip. I'll stand barefooted in my own front yard with a PS3 on my hip because I'm a beyond Greggy. I ain't no high-class broad. I'm just a product of my raising. I say, my alcohol! And
Beyond!
I keep folding at home on my TV all day long, and I know all the comments on my Lair review were wrong. So, so here's to all our listeners out there keeping it Sony. Let me get a big beyond from the Sony fans like me. Beyond!
Giant hairy balls.
Penis.